many, many years we've had some fantastic players, absolute fantastic players, some great teams. But we're absolutely honoured as a club today to be joined by what many people think is QPR's greatest ever player. You know, started us in the 60s, part of the team who won the 66-67 Cup, 44 goals in one season. Can we give it up for QPR legend Rodney Marsh?
Thank you, Andy, and most important, thank you all, Rodney. Yeah, it's great to see you back here again.
Thank you.
So, as you would expect, I'm going to be asking you a few questions about the 1967 League Cup final, but before we come on to that, any particular favourite memories of favourite matches when you were playing for Rangers? What stands out?
Favourite memories of games? Oh my goodness. I think one of the ones that was one of the most interesting games that I played was we were running away with the championship. We were like 8 points clear, and Mansfield was second, and Alex Stock was the manager, and we had a meeting on the Friday, and I know you're going to Google this afterwards, so Alex Stock had the meeting and he went, "This is our biggest game of the season, lads." He said, you know, they're second, we're well clear, but if we beat them or get a result or get a draw, he said, that'll be our season right there. He said, and what we're going to do, he said, we're going to play 5 at the back, 4 in midfield, and Rodney, you're up front and you're up. Now, I've never played that way before. I never played in a 1, as they do today, so we played the game. He said, if we come in 0-0 at half time, he said, we'll be doing great. QPR went out in that game against Mansfield away from home. We come in at half time, we were winning 5-0 and I scored 3.
And your home debut versus Millwall?
Home game, yeah, I scored in the first few minutes. Les Allen, by the way, folks. I know there's a lot of young people here, but some of you might remember the past or read about it. Les Allen was the Spurs double-winning player, played for Queen's Park Rangers, obviously. Les Allen was one of the most intelligent players I ever played with. Really, really brilliant player, Les Allen was. So he scored 2, I think I scored 2, could have been 3. Yeah. Might have been 4 actually.
I think the Millwall fans.
I'm joking.
I think the Millwall fans were very happy that day, weren't they?
Well, every time we scored, the Ars fans ran on the field. So we got 4, 5, 6, and we're running away with the game. And the PA guy, the public address announcer, is he still alive? Be nice to find out that guy's name, because he came on the PA. Now listen. How bright do you have to be to say this? He said, if you don't stop running on the pitch, we're going to abandon the game. 2,000 Millwall supporters all running the field.
Excellent.
That's the truth, you Google it.
So the 1967 League Cup final, great run to Wembley, first 3rd Division club to win a cup at Wembley after being particularly 2-0 down at half time.
Yeah.
A good game for you. What stands out of the run to Wembley and then Wembley itself?
The way to get to Wembley for a 3rd Division team, and along the way you're playing Gordon Banks, playing for Leicester, you're playing Birmingham, who were a good team at the time. Little known fact, hey, keep me down the back there. Little known fact is this. We played Birmingham in the semi-final home and away, right, 2 legs. In the away leg, we're going to the game and the coach broke down. So the kick-off was at 7:30, at 7:10, we're still in the coach. And Alex Stock said, I'm not making this up, you can Google it. Alex Stock said, okay lads, we all get changed in the bus. And, oh, you know the story, obviously, yeah, some of you know the story. So the entire team puts on our kit on the bus and goes straight into the warm-up on the field. We didn't even go to the dressing room, right? We're 1-0 down in 5 minutes. 1-4-1. Yeah. Great result. And Mark Lazarus, one of the greatest, greatest is not the right word, one of the most, no, I can't say brilliant either, because Mark Lazarus was one of those players that he would have great games and then the next game he would fight everybody. But a lovely player to play, Mark, lovely player to play with, and Roger Morgan scored, Les Allen scored, Mark Lazarus scored, and I scored. So the 4 forwards all scored goals at Birmingham, to answer your question.
Thank you very much. And Wembley, what stands out now looking back to the 4th of March 1967?
Well, Wembley was so special because nobody knew this until the day, okay? So we get to Wembley and it had been a great run, we scored some great goals, and suddenly Alex Scott, yes please, quiet please, to back for a little bit, just 5 minutes. Alex Scott said, today guys, we're wearing all white. And QPR had never worn white, let alone all white, and we were all confused until we realised that he must have taken a big backhander to from Umbro or something like that. Yeah.
Other memories of Alex?
I always tell this story. I don't want to keep you too long, but I learned one of my biggest lessons in life from Alex Scott. I was only 21, I was only a young player, and I was having it off. In this season here, Andy Sinton just mentioned 44 goals in one season. I was having it off, and all the press were going, even though he's in the 3rd division, Rodney Marsh should be playing for England, right? Rodney should be in the England team. I get a phone call. Guy goes, Rodney, I said, yeah. He said, I'm Jim Thompson, I'm from the News of the World. So I said, oh, hello. He said, we're going to be doing a big centre spread feature this week on you. He said, what we want you to say in the headline is, Sir Alf Ramsey, Sir Alf, I am ready to play for England. Exclusive by Rodney Marsh. We'll give you 500 quid. I was only making about 120 quid a week. So I said, Jim, I said, I'm going to ask the boss Alex Stock, right? I said, I'll get back to you. So next day I go in, come in. I said, boss, I said, I've had a phone call from the News of the World. They want to do a big article on me. They want to give me a lot of money. I said, but I'd like your blessing on it. So he said, well, what is it? I said, they want me to say, Sir Alf, I am ready for England, exclusive by Rodney Marsh. What would you advise, Alec, boss? He said, don't do it, son. He said, don't do it. He said, you'll think you're arrogant, you'll think you're conceited, and you'll never get a look at it. I said, boss, it's a lot of money. He said, no, Rodney, don't do it. On the weekend, we played Colchester. We won 5-0, I scored 4, including 2 bicycle kicks. So, on the Sunday morning, I go out to buy all the papers. I get all the papers and I'm looking through it, I'm looking at the goals and the thing. And I get to the News of the World, open it up, and there it is. Sir Alf, Rodney's ready for England, by Alex Stock.
That's brilliant.
He nicked my 500 quid.
Rodney, you were with the club for almost exactly 6 years, March 66 to March 72.
Yeah.
Who were some of the unsung heroes during that time? Ron Hunt. Yeah.
Ron Hunt, Frank Sibley. A guy that nobody mentions, who was the most boring person I've ever met in my life, but probably one of the best workman-like players, with a guy called Keith Sanderson. Only the old ones remember him. We read about Keith Sanderson, yeah. Who used to actually do my running for me because I didn't like to run around too much. So, and Keith Sanderson did that. And Mike King, of course. Yes. Mike King was sensational. I do want to mention one thing while I think about it. And I don't want it to be remiss, and that is, First of all, I'd like to thank QPR for inviting me today to come down here. I thank Andy for inviting me to come down here today. It's very nice of you, and it's a pleasure, and it's my honour to be here and play for QPR. But I just want to say, I hope you'll join me in a tribute to Ray Wilkins, Thank you. He would have been 67 this week, his birthday this week, and one of the loveliest, nicest and terrific footballers I ever met in my life.
And just to close, Rodney, looking back in those 6 years, how special was the relationship with the Rangers fans for you?
Special? Well, it all started like this. I was a bit of a show as a footballer. I like to do tricks on the field, and sometimes I did more tricks than I scored goals, or in bad games. We played Millwall, and the Millwall fans all come to Loftus Road, and I ran out onto the field, and they started singing, "Rodney is a fairy, Rodney is a fairy," right? So off goes the game, and they started going, "Rodney, Rodney," and suddenly the whole QPR crowd started going, "Rodney, Rodney," and that's how it all started. So my love for the club will never change.
Very good. Rodney, thank you very much.
Enjoy the game.
Ladies and gentlemen, thanks again. Thanks for your support for the club. Thank you for coming in today. And can I just ask you one more time to give it up for QPR legend Rodney Marsh? And guys, last thing, hopefully when we're 2 or 3-0 up at half-time, Rodney will be on the pitch at half-time doing another Q&A in front of the whole stadium. Get behind Gareth, get behind the team today. Come on, you are!